You see, the way they gang banging out here now is way different. You know, I have two kids out here that's gang members. You know, they Crips, and I have step kids that's gang members. They just like my biological kids. A couple of them Bloods, a couple of them are Crips also, and they probably really serious about what they do, the way they function, and how they function out here now. But it's still a lot less serious than my days and the way I was taught. You know, in my certain hit squad, you know, I'm one of them original blood module babies. 43, 4400, Charlie, bro. But I've been on Baker, Abel, been on all those roles. My last cellies was Big Snaps, Van Ass Gangster, Cobra, Van Ass Gangsters, from Van Ass Gangsters, BNG, excuse me, and Bugsy from Five Deuce or 5-6 Bloodstone Villain. As far as the county jail blood module went, before they closed that down and shot us out there the wayside. And then we had like a open door module. We was out there until they closed that down. But niggas know what it is. I was all up in that motherfucker fighting, just like the original blood module when I was begging niggas not to come in there. When we first started the blood module, you can float all around. You can play, be a wall banger, not put in work. But when we put that line on OSS, which was the sheriffs in the county jail, and we tell them to call you down to that module and lock you up with us because you're really a gang member. They gonna do that for us. You know, us and the sheriffs had an odd way of working with each other. Even though the sheriffs had their own gang, we was doing illegal activity for them also, like selling tobacco and shit when it was outlawed in there. And they was getting a lot of money off that, the sheriffs, awful lot. It was $200 a pack, $20 a cigarette we was selling them for years. So they raked in an awful lot of money. But I used to beg people not to come in there. They'll run your name quick back then. If you wasn't one of them ones that was really on that line in the Crip or the Blood module, and we find out we live by a certain code in there. If we grew up together or not, it doesn't make a difference. You're gonna get dealt with when you come in that gang module, especially the Blood module, because we was totally outnumbered out here, especially ending of the '70s, the beginning of the '80s. So we had to go for what we know, and I mean, man, raw and uncut with our shit. So those of us that was off the porch with it, we went for our gusto. You know, we had to fight hard. We was always outnumbered, all through juvenile hall, all through camp, all through YA, all through the county jail, all the way till you get to prison. You know what I mean? That's just the way it was. Crips way outnumbered us. You know, like 5 or 6 to 1, maybe 10 to 1 in some places. You know, but I used to beg dudes don't come in that module because they haven't been putting work out there, and they come in anyway, and we have to put them in the fort sack. We'll put them in the sack that it's the sheet that wraps around our bed. You know what I mean? You put your whole sheet in it. Well, we would put the individual in that and tie it up and slide them up under the bed, and they wouldn't be allowed to eat or not. And depending on what they done in the treatment, they will also get beat while they was in that sack, unless they parents or kinfolks or somebody really love them from the outside sending them money, they'll get released out that sack. Or if not, they'll get tortured until somehow finally we got to get them out of there because they so hurt they got to go to sick call and the deputies will find out. But very rarely will we get charged for that. You can play like you was from really where you was from. You'll get shot down instantly. Drive-bys was at an all-time high. I was never really into them. I did just a couple of them, and I immediately went to, walk-ups, walking around. Even if I had to go in the ops projects, which was very dangerous to do, I'm one of those few that was doing that. And so, I was known for that. And I was trained on guns and asymmetric warfare anyway, growing up as a child from my father. And, my brother was in the army and shit. So I got a lot of good training on how to survive. Guerrilla warfare, especially what it was. So, you know, when Glad that it's died down though, because I hated to be a part of that genocide. You know, I've been stabbed up out here, AK'd up, M1'd up, and every motherfucking thing else. I'm just lucky to not have gotten hit and fatally. Got scars, stab wounds, in my face, chest, AK bullet scar across my head. That's why we're long here now. One of the reasons. So I try to teach people on this channel. I don't have to because I got kids. I got a youngest in teaching, but still, out of the love, I want to get back to LA still, just like I did when I became a operating room technician, then a first assistant, saving lives in an operating room. I just believe in giving back and always believed in karma. So I never done no cutthroat shit out here. You know what I mean? To the extreme of being scandalous type of shit. I just was a shooter.